Schaum Red Book, Piano Lesson 7, starting on page 40 with number 30, the Pet Shop. Remember the 3 sharps. Make sure to play the right hand louder, because the right hand has the tune, the left hand is an accompaniment. Also, if you look at the first 2 bars, the right hand has a held note for the bar, while the left hand has 3 notes. Just to state the obvious, if you play a note and then hold it, it gradually gets quieter the longer you hold it on for. So by the end of the bar, the right hand note is going to be quieter, but the left hand is still playing. So the left hand increasingly is going to drown out the right hand, unless you make sure to play the right hand much more loudly in the first place. So I think I played the right hand louder when I played it through before. I probably should have played it even louder to make sure it's singing out over the left hand. Okay, so that was the main point there. Also, generally make sure both hands are louder where it says F and both hands are softer where it says P. And as with any piece in 3-time, put a slight accent to start each bar. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. (31) The Rodeo. I don't know if this reminds anyone else of the Blackadder theme, but anyway, we need to accent the first beat of each bar. Accent, accent, and then we got repeated notes in the left. Right hand needs to be joined, so take the left hand off early, and then we've got repeated note in the right, so actually the right's then going to come off early. So from the start, left off, right off, left off. Actually, that can be joined. Left off. So that'll do on that. We'll move on to number 32, the Motorcycle Cop. The dotted quarter note, or the dotted crotchet. So 1.5 beats long, 1.5 counts long. In Britain we call it beats. I think in America they call it counts. So I would actually say all the way through the bar 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. and we're going to be playing on the 1, the 2, the and, the 3, the 4, the and. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is so important, I'll do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And noting that second bar, repeated note in the right, right hand off, right hand off. Don't slip into doing a swing rhythm. It's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It's 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and d d d. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you gradually speed it up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so it becomes 1, 2, 3. Another way of thinking about it is by saying both for when both hands are playing together, left when it's just left, right for when it's just right. So we got both, left, right, both, left, right, both. Both, left, right, both, left, right, both. Okay, now I'm going to play it all the way through. Final point, make sure the right hand is louder than the left, if possible. Number 33, Schubert's Waltz. We're back to an A major hand position, but now we've got the dotted notes again. This time it's 1, 2 and 3, or both, left, right, both. D, 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 d. Right, I'll play it through. Make sure, let me see, make sure the right hand is joined in the second main bar. Excuse me, so we got left hand off, and the same in the next bar. And then in the third line, the right hand has a repeated note, but the left hand's changing. So right hand off, off. So you can keep the left hand joined. I think I'll do the other pieces to finish the book with this lesson. Actually, I was going to stop there, but there's a couple of short ones and then the last piece. So a musical trick, this is sight reading practice. See if you can do it without looking at your hands. If you turn it upside down, I think it's the same. Number 35, make sure the left is joined while the right repeats. See if you can play it nice and fast. I know it says andante, but see if you can play it nice and fast. And actually join the right hand as well as the left where possible. So join, join. And then finally, to finish the red book, oh, there's a quiz as well. Okay, well, anyway, final piece of the red book, birthday greetings, involves a hand position change. So just remember the sort of points you've had in earlier pieces. Play the right hand a bit louder to bring out the tune. Slight accent to start each bar. Join one hand if the other repeats, e.g. between the first couple of bars of line 2. Right hand off, left hand joined. Do the dynamics, loud and soft. Plenty to think about. So here goes. So finally, the quiz, Schaum piano quiz number 2. Number 1, one way to transpose is to raise all the tones a half step or a semitone. True, because you're playing the same tune, but you're just changing the position at which you play it. Number 2, this is a chord. Yes, because there's 3 notes played at the same time. Pianists and athletes do not need exercise. That's number 3. And that's a bit of a silly question. So you need to exercise your fingers. So it's false. Number 4, minor pieces are happy and cheerful. False, they're sad. Number 5, this is a broken chord. Yes, because it's 3 notes which would form a typical chord, but they're played one after the other. Number 6, in a major scale, the half steps or semitones come between 2 and 3 and 6 and 7. That's false. Should be between 3 and 4 and 7 and 8, or 7 and the octave. Number 7, the signature for the key of C major is 1 sharp. False. There's no sharps or flats. Number 8, the signature for the key of F major is 1 flat, B flat, that's true. Number 9, some music is calm and other music is lively, that's true. 10, largo means cheerful, that is false. Largo means slow, and I think maybe sad and somber, I'm not sure. Number 11, 2 sharps in the key signature indicate the key of D major, that's true. Number 12, this sign stands for common time. False, that's the bass clef, usually played with left hand. 13, this interval is a fourth. That's true. We count inclusively, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a fourth. Number 14, this interval is a sixth. True as well. 1, 2, actually, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You probably couldn't see the other one. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 15, the key of B flat major has 2 flats, B flat and E flat, that's true. 16, if one F means 40, then 2 FFs mean 80, that's just a silly question. It's false, F means forte, which is Italian for loud, I think. So FF means very loud, fortissimo. 17, pianoforte is the full name for the piano. That's true. So I believe pianoforte means soft, loud. The instrument which it sort of replaced, you couldn't change how loudly you played. I think either the note sounded or it didn't. Whereas with the piano action, with the hammers and so on, you can control how hard the hammer hits, and therefore you can play soft or loud. That was the innovation, hence it was called pianoforte and shortened to piano. 18, pianists should always practice fast. That's false. It's very useful to practice slowly and then gradually build it up to being fast. 19, the three sharps in the key of A major are A sharp, D sharp and B sharp. That's false. They are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Finally, 20, the dot after a quarter note is worth an eighth note. In other words, the dot after a crotchet is worth a quaver. That is true because the dot means to add half again, and so the one is half of the other. So you end up with a note that's 1.5 long, and typically after it there's then an eighth note or a quaver. 1.5 plus half equals 2, or half the bar. I hope you did well in the quiz, and if you finished all the pieces as well, you should fill in your certificate with pride to say you've battled through the A book, hopefully picked up all the skills along the way, especially that annoying, tedious but vital skill of playing one hand joined while the other hand repeats. And you're now ready to move on to the B book, the blue book, which I think is possibly the most important of all, and certainly no easier than the red book. But if you can get through the blue book, then you're well on your way to being able to tackle a whole range of music. And I always think to get my students as far as the C book is a great achievement, because once you're onto the C book, you can start to coast a little bit more. You've got through the basics, and you're ready to branch out. But that's thinking ahead. You've got the B book to come, and like I said, it will be hard, but the pieces get more interesting, and your satisfaction will only grow. So, well done again, and good luck with the next book.